Hi everyone, this is Chantay. I'm here with a week in review of my analysis. I did not put out a flyer. It's been a busy week with school because for those who don't follow me, I am a graduate student. So my life has always been it's been pretty out of whack. Kind of like forget the schedule just a little bit, but I am not going to be long-winded because I am freaking tired and I have a long day, and I have so much other things that I'm doing right now. So here is my weekend review. Hey Jamila, how's it going? So let me just type this in. Weekend review. So here am I. So here it is. COVID-19. I have it right in front of my face as of October 16th, 2020. So here we are. We have on the global frontier in 188 countries, including the USA, we are at 39,206,895 cases of COVID-19, with the death toll at 1,102,146. That is 188 countries. Here at home in the U.S., we're at 8 million. We're almost at the 10 million threshold. 8,043,100 excuse me. That's the U.S. case numbers is 8,043,312. The death toll here is 218,496. So we have over a quarter of a million deaths. In India, they have 7.3. Brazil is 5.1. Russia is 1.3. Argentina is 965,609. Colombia has 945,354. Spain has 936,560. Peru has 859,740. Mexico has 834,912. France has 876,342. And South Africa rounds out that top tier with 700,203 cases. We have in Latin America, we have Peru at 123,498, DR 120,450, Guatemala 100,431. We have Nigeria in the African nations 194. Guyana 47,173. Kenya 43,580. We had Haiti at 8,925, Jamaica 8,132, Bahamas 5,517, Trinidad and Tobago 5,241, Guyana 3,672,000, Belize 2,682, Barbados, I already said Bahamas. Barbados has 218, Antigua 112, St. Vincent 65, Dominica at 33, St. Lucia at 32, Grenada at 25, and St. Kitts is at 19. Hey, Robert. So I just said all those numbers, and you can find them by yourself every day on the Johns Hopkins website. It's coronavirus.jhu.edu. You can see in every country who has the highest cases, who has the highest amount of deaths. The U.S. still has the largest amount of deaths. We have a lot. And behind us, it's Mexico and then India. Here at home in the USA, California has almost a million cases. They at 873,753. Texas at 858,843. Florida's at 700 and hey Joseph, 748,429. New York has 485,838, and some of that is out in Brooklyn and Queens due to the cluster. Due to people, some is the Orthodox Jews not trying to wear their mask, but we don't know why those cases are happening. But the schools in those boroughs have closed down, and schools are closing down as of October 21st due to the next set of outbreaks, and we will have a second wave, and I'm going to explain that in time. Illinois is 341,073. Georgia is at 323,186. Arizona 229,588. no, 508. North Carolina, 242,032. Tennessee, 220,009. And New Jersey now has moved down to the 10th largest cases at 219,593. And these numbers came from the New York Times COVID map, which you can subscribe for free. Only for COVID. And that's it. But we have no national testing. Like, we don't have it. Stimulus is in the talks, but it's really not taken into account due to the fact that Donald Trump wants to wait till after the election, which I'm like, dude, you're like on a losing streak right now. So, I mean, how is that going to happen? I have no idea. But I am about to research the numbers for unemployment, African American unemployment rate as of now. Oh. So the black unemployment rate is at 13%. Just letting y'all know. The Hispanic rate, I think, is close to the single digits, and of course the white unemployment is at 7%. But the resident in chief is still touting this unemployment rate is at a low. I have the lowest black unemployment rate. The black unemployment rate is at 13%, and it's been increasing before COVID, and COVID just kind of like they intertwined together. They just intersected, as you see in math, how the angles intersected. That's how that happened. But he continues to tout this and saying, let's reopen the economy. Let's reopen the economy like the economy never closed. What happens is retail shut down their stores to limit the social distancing. So when states saw decrease in their numbers and the infection rates, they started opening their stores, like New York State, particularly New York City, open up stores at 25 to 50%. Yeah, and the weather is getting colder. We're going to see a second wave. Dr. Fauci kept saying we need to hunker down. If he's on TV, having interviews with different news journalists and saying we need to hunker down and keep saying it, then we really need to hunker down. That's why I've been going to the store every Friday or Saturday. Like, I go to the grocery store on Friday to get what I need to make some parts of my dinner on Sunday. And then I go on Saturday to get whatever I need to hunker down. Like, I need my disinfectants, my hand sanitizers. I prefer that you use Germex, because Germex is better. If you can find Purell, because I've been having the damnedest time trying to find Purell. God bless you. Also, you can buy wet ones. Wet ones are good. You can buy them at the store. Disinfectants is pretty much easy to find. You can find them in the grocery store. You got to find them like on a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. So you can have those things, because we're about to see this second wave. It's coming. Like, it's about to happen. And there's states that's still in their first wave. Like, there's states that's seeing high infection rates, like Wisconsin is seeing high infection rates in their hospitals and positivity rates, especially in the black and brown communities. Iowa had like overwhelming hospital, they've been having that. And of course here in New York, the hospital rate is getting a little increased, but we have cluster outbreaks out in Brooklyn and Queens, as I mentioned. But it's getting cold, and we're going to see a second wave. We're in the midst of a global pandemic. So when folks keep saying that this thing is a hoax, it's not. The resident of the White House had COVID, and I think he still has it. He has not tested negative for it yet. He keeps lying about it, and I'm going to get into that town hall in a minute. But this is my message to those who are saying that COVID is a hoax. It's not a hoax. Almost 220,000 Americans are dead. Over 8 million people are sick from this virus. And those who have recovered About like 75,000 here in New York, or almost 80,000, are suffering from life-threatening illnesses due to this virus, and also other health issues that are now pre-existing conditions, such as diabetes, such as asthma, such as kidney issues, which they have to be on dialysis due to COVID-19. This is why I always say, wear your mask, wash your hands, continue to social distance. We're still not out in the clear yet. We're not out of this virus, and we're not going to be out of this pretty much no time soon. Even if Trump loses, we're still not going to be out of this. It has to take another administration to take serious actions on science. So this is why I say time and time again, read. You don't have to watch the news, but read. Know what's going on. Look at some science sites. You know, pay attention to what the hell is going on. If you got kids, talk to them. But I don't know what language to give to you when you talk to your kids, but talk to your kids how the serious of this virus is. You don't have to scare them. You don't have to spook them. But just say, we wear our masks so we can protect ourselves. And I believe Lester Holtz do this thing, I think, during the day on NBC to educate children on COVID. So you can check that out. But please be safe. Please wear your mask. Continue to social distance and wash your hands. Germex hand sanitizer is good. Wet ones, I recommend those to you. Or if you see Clorox wipes, you can get them. Disinfectant wipes and disinfecting sprays. Anything you can do to keep germs away from your family. And if you have older people in your family, please protect them. Protect them by not hugging them or kissing them. I see my dad. Well, actually, my dad comes to see me, and I don't touch him at all. I sit like about 6 feet apart from him, and we have a conversation. That's all. Because I don't want to infect my dad. And wear your mask when you're around your parents too. That's important. For those who have older parents in particular, or parents with pre-existing conditions. So enough about COVID. So I hope everybody watched or saw clips of the Supreme Court hearing. This is another reason why I keep stressing, vote. If you don't know about the candidates, do your research. Do your research on Joe Biden. Joe Biden got an extensive plans. He adopted plans from Bernie Sanders, from Elizabeth Warren, and even his running mate on the ticket, Kamala Harris. So that's what I encourage you to do, because Amy Coney Barrett is someone that is way far to the right. And when I say far to the right, she is more than just a conservative. She's an extremist from the Federalist Society, which is a society, an organization that has staunch Republican, staunch conservative particularly, and staunch far-right justices or lawmakers that they refer and buy these seats in these positions in these elections. And it was thoroughly explained by Senator Sheldon Whitehouse of Rhode Island. He explained it perfectly. And I thank him for that, because a lot of people don't understand what's in it behind the Supreme Court seats, especially when it comes to the Republican Party within the last like about 25 to 30 years. So this is what I'm saying, like, this is why election is important. Like, we're facing 5 crises. We're facing, of course, a global pandemic resulting in a global recession, climate change. You see, like, the weather is shifty today. Like, it's raining and it's cold, and then it's supposed to be a little bit warmer tomorrow, or a little bit colder, or a little bit warmer the other day. Like, it's ridiculous. You're still wearing your sandals outside, and it's the middle of October. Racial reckoning. We're still not seeing police reforms being implemented. There's a Justice and Policing Act by the Congressional Black Caucus and some House Democrats and some Senate Democrats like Kamala Harris, who is now the vice presidential candidate, who was behind that bill. And it's on Mitch McConnell's desk. It was passed overwhelmingly in the House of Representatives and is sitting on his desk, and he refused to pass it. He tried to get Tim Scott to pass some bullshit bill, and It's not working. Okay? So that we're dealing with that. And that's how Breonna Taylor's not getting the justice that she needs. And then the fifth one is a constitutional crisis. As you know, this Supreme Court hearing, since RBG has passed. And now that Trump possibly, he's doing everything they can with the GOP to get this woman through so he can sue the Biden campaign for this election because he know he's losing. So this is his last resort. So when I say these things about voting, think of these 5 crises I just listed. So I'm going to say it again. Global pandemic, global recession, climate change, racial reckoning, constitutional crisis. And there's 2 of them in that constitutional crisis. So let's be smart about that. Speaking of these town halls, according to the Nielsen report, Biden had over 15 million viewers versus Trump 10 million viewers. And both of their town halls aired at the same night. And of course, I watched Biden's town hall because Biden's town hall remind me of what the presidency should look like, what a president sound like, versus the COVID super spreader in chief whose town hall aired on NBC, who basically was argumentative and combative with the moderator because he was fact-checked in real time, lying about COVID, not denying white supremacy, not denying conspiracy theory groups like QAnon, which they were behind the Pizzagate. The Pizzagate with Hillary Clinton, which that was a lie. So once again, this is why we have to vote. Because I don't want another 4 years of this. My head's been hurting since November 9th, 2016. Since this man has invaded the White House and basically cheated his way in the White House. Literally. This is what the hell we're dealing with. We have a con man who only pays $750 in taxes inside the People's House on 1600 Black Lives Matter Avenue, who has put democracy at risk, the reputation of this country at risk, who basically divided the country even further. It's almost like the 1960s again. And we promise ourselves not to have this crisis in the 21st century, in the 3rd decade of the 21st century at that. So for those folks who said, I'm going to stay home, don't complain when this asshole try to get his ass in there again. I don't want to hear the shit. I don't want to hear, give him a chance, Chantay, because at this point, it's been not giving him a chance. I wouldn't even give him a chance when he first came in there. But at least I would expect some type of integrity. Like this much. Nah. Not from this jackass. Trump has bastardized democracy, desecrated that White House, made money off this White House, which he violated the Hatch Act. You can research that. And ruined our reputation around the world. So I am voting for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to make sure that we are a respected nation, that we are a nation that accepts everybody from every different background, whether you're black, white, brown, blue, green, red, gay, straight, man, woman. We got to get this bastard out of our White House that we pay taxes on. More taxes than him. Because I pay more taxes than him. And I don't even make $50,000. Not right now. Months ago, I made over 50,000, but not now. Not now. So that's why he has to go. And it's just plain and simple. On to another. Ice Cube. Y'all know about Ice Cube. He was in the news since I think Tuesday, Wednesday, about his contract with Black America. You can research it. Honestly, I think that plan is not catered to all Black people. He did not mention Black women in his contract, nor the Black LGBTQ community, especially the trans community. Chantay, why are you mentioning about the Black LGBT community? Because I got friends in that community. One of my dearest friends is a lesbian. One of the people I consider as my uncle is gay. One guy I considered my godfather is gay. So when I hear that, oh, you caring about them, they're part of our community too. Women is part of the community. Black women. Like it's just about Black men. It's ridiculous. Because it's about everyone in the Black community. Kamala and Joe's plan are intersectional. It caters not just only to Black people, but it caters to the Latinx community because they're both Black and white together. Asians, the indigenous community, because what Black people get when we get our voting rights, they get their voting rights too at the same time. So when I hear that, oh, Chantay, you're just a girl on the Democrat plantation, don't fucking talk to me. I don't want to hear that plantation talk bullshit. Okay? Because I just feel like you're suppressing me and trying to vote. And I've been voting since I was 18. Like, this is ridiculous. And I respect Q, but I don't respect this contract with Black America. I'm not going to call him a sellout because I don't think he's a sellout. I just think he's misguided, and I think he's misinformed, and I think he's halfway a chauvinist. And Diddy with this whole let's do our own political party when you don't even have knowledge in politics. Like, y'all whole plan is on a post-it note. That's how I look at y'all plans. And this is a person that's been studying business and has a little slight minor in history in college and getting their graduate degree in business administration, who is studying analytics right now. That's what's going on in this country right now. My whole project is based on a retail company, and I have to study the analytics on a retail company. Yeah, Joseph, it's laughable. It's laughable. It's crazy. But don't pay attention to these rappers. Go out and vote. When you vote, things change. And vote down ballot. Get yourself engaged. In college, if you're in college, I know your professors tell you that. I'm well. Thank you for asking me. How are you? But just educate yourself. Be wise. And vote. Okay? So until then, I see y'all next week. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves.